ever been to an Ayurvedic wellness center in Kerala? One of those tranquil resorts in a tropical setting? They offer treatments for everything, from depression to hair loss, in a way that they claim is holistic. The effectiveness of these healing processes is difficult to gauge, but if their popularity with foreign nationals is anything to go by, people do believe that they help. According to Kerala Tourism, nearly 35% of the foreign tourists who visit the state are repeat visitors seeking Ayurveda treatments. About 1.2 million international tourists visited Kerala in 2019. Clearly, there is an economic opportunity here, and the government wants to ensure that India can tap into it. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced on Wednesday that special visas would be offered to those coming to India to undergo AYUSH treatments. He was inaugurating the Global AYUSH Investment and Innovation Summit in Gujarat. This decision is meant to boost medical tourism in traditional medicine. India's medical tourism sector in 2020 was estimated to be worth $5 to $6 billion. AYUSH visas could push that number up. Many of the factors that led to the success of medical tourism in India, from the quality of allied sectors such as hospitality to affordability, are likely to apply to medical tourism in traditional medicine too. The industry is also well placed to take advantage. According to a report by Research and Information System for Developing Countries, AYUSH has seen its market size grow by 17% between 2014 and 2020 to reach $18.1 billion. According to the report, the AYUSH industry was projected to reach $20.6 billion in 2021 and $23.3 billion in 2022.
The government of India is trying to make it easy for people to travel to India for getting Ayurvedic treatments. So that's why there is this issuing this special visa, and I'm sure this is going to have a lot of impact on the Ayurvedic business, especially in the medical value travel business. And I would say that now they're expecting that by 2026, it will be 13 billion. But I think if the AYUSH visa is issued, because so many people want to come for Ayurvedic treatment, so I'm sure this number is going to be much higher than what we are expecting.
Special visas weren't the only measures announced either. Prime Minister Modi also said that the government would soon launch an AYUSH mark for standardization and authentication of quality AYUSH products in the global market. As part of the initiative, farmers will be connected to better managed supply chains for medicinal plants, and technology will be used to vet these products before being given the standardization mark. At least till 2019, according to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, India's share in the global export of herbs and herbal products was low. At that time, the total world herbal trade was assessed to be at $120 billion. When the ministry refers to herbs and herbal products, AYUSH products are also included. Back then, the ministry had also listed the reasons for this low share. These were inadequate agricultural practices, inadequate quality control, lack of large-scale organic cultivation, lack of processing and R&D, lack of standardization in products, processes and services, and lack of regulatory framework in trade of medicinal plants. The AYUSH mark should go some distance in addressing these issues.
Starting from procuring the herbs, there is strict standards for that to check the quality of the herbs, and of course the active ingredients that are positive in the herbs. For example, if you want to procure ashwagandha, which is very popular now, so there is standards for that this much ethanol should be in the herb. So that is one thing. And then second is the manufacturing process and all those which includes storage and processing, and then packaging and all the shelf life things, all those related standards. Those have to be, they're already doing this work, and it's almost in that final stage now. And I'm sure that this is going to give that AYUSH mark. Any company who is following all these standards will get an AYUSH mark.
However, there is also a serious challenge that India will have to overcome before it can become a global hub for traditional healing.
Ever since the AYUSH ministry was founded around 7 years ago, so this was the responsibility of the ministry to create regulations and standards and regulatory bodies, and this has been implemented very strictly now. There are state councils, there are state AYUSH departments, which are strictly making sure that all these regulations are followed by the Ayurvedic practitioners or the other AYUSH practitioners. And of course, in addition to that, there's a lot of other regulations which have come in force to make sure that at the end of the day that this system gets recognized by the people and their narrative changes.
Success will depend on ensuring that traditional Indian medicine meets global standards. This is vital since such systems have often come to be associated with frauds. So, a major question remains. Will India be able to establish the credibility of these traditional systems by reducing rampant quackery?
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.